Yes. Episode 8 of RealismCraft. Can you believe that I've done this for 8 weeks in a row? That's pretty exciting. And of course, as per usual, I've been pretty busy. I got a unique structure behind me. I'll explain it in just a moment with a button nice to press. And it's going to be pretty cool. But for starters, I wanted to thank you guys again. You guys are an awesome support team. And every time I look at the comments after the video, I just get super excited just to see you guys' reactions. And I had several good reactions on the last episode and suggestions as well, so I wanted to thank you guys. Zowlee XD, I was happy to make your day. Welcome to the memory tree, my friend, and I appreciate you watching, commenting as well. Soup King, he really liked the diagonal bridge. If you missed it, there she is right there. It's actually kind of a nice smooth walk. I enjoy going over it. Let's see if we can do that. This is kind of weird. I gotta stand up. There we go. There we go. Walking over this without the HUD is kind of difficult on mobile, so maybe we can get a good perspective on the side. Yep. So that is the diagonal bridge. So he made an awesome suggestion. And what is with this drone guy? Hello? Okay, I guess he's camera shy too. That's alright. But he made an awesome suggestion we'll get to later in the video as well, so thank you, Soup King. And then I had Basil build bases. Funny enough, it really made me laugh. He said I lifted the diorite curse using my builds. And I know that a lot of people maybe are uncomfortable using diorite, maybe they think it's an ugly block, but I think it's beautiful, so it really made me laugh, and I thank you for that. And a cool thing to note, he even said my videos are being recommended more, like after he had watched something, so that's really cool to know, and it's all because of you guys. So without further ado, let's get involved in this episode. This here is called Franken Frog. Franken Frog is unique because he grows monsters in his belly. As soon as we press the button here, he decides he don't want those monsters anymore. And look what happens. He starts to spit them out with some water. Here they all come. Oh man, look at all those guys. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mobs. Isn't that crazy? Now the spider likes to dance on the edge every now and then, and that looks a little bit funny. I'm not even going to go there, but there he goes. So Franken Frog decides to spit out the monsters he's created. Here they come. See them all pop out? Just like so. You can see that the farm does pretty well. Okay, so with Franken Frog, we're going to go ahead and go into spectator mode, because that's going to be the easiest way to see all the redstone. And we're going to just walk through the steps. So first off, inside Franken Frog's belly, we can see that he's already been producing some monsters, right? So the idea is when the button over there is pressed, the mobs are pushed down into this lake of water. These dispensers get triggered and start to flush the mobs out. Let's take a look at that. So we can see that we turn Franken Frog on. The water is gone at the bottom. Everybody's making their slow dance down. There we are. Perfect, right? And we can see that in most cases, the mobs do leave items, which is fantastic. So once we turn our flusher on, we can see that the water starts to push the items down. And as the items come down, they hit a little tunnel and they converge to the left, which brings them all the way around, and they cycle into the chamber. Just like so. Pretty cool, right? So we can see that we have a hopper here. That hopper is connected right here to this dropper. The dropper is loaded with fish, full stacks of fish at that, which is good, that's what we need. The hopper next to it also has fish. This is important that the fish never run out and always kind of go into the dropper. The fish is actually dropped right down through this dark tunnel, comes all the way down. The fish lands inside of the hopper, which gives this comparator right here a redstone signal. That redstone signal triggers our flushing mechanism. But at the same time, you can see right here that the hopper is actually pointing into another dropper, or even a dispenser rather. And right here you can see that the dispenser is pointing into the bubble column, which brings the fish all the way back to the top so that it could be reused and recycled. Now I don't know about you, but that's pretty efficient. No pun intended with the fish, huh? Efficient? Alright, that's enough of the dad jokes. Let's move on a little bit. But today, we are going to upgrade Franken Frog together. Do you want to see how? We're in a creative test world now that I specifically made for my RealismCraft. And this is kind of a good idea to experiment with, especially when you're trying to work out how something works inside of Minecraft. And maybe you're having trouble with the survival mode. Now watch that dispenser up there. As soon as this triggers, we can see that it pops out an item, right? It doesn't do it every single time, it's just every other time. So watch, it'll change again and we won't get anything. And we can see that the dispenser didn't drop anything, that is intended actually. It's not really a hard thing to build. It does require 2 target blocks, so we have this target block here, that target block there, 3 pistons, so this is a normal piston, this is a normal piston, and this is a sticky piston. The hardest part about this is getting the observer and the comparator, so that uses quite a bit of redstone, at least, for survival world. If you don't have a good supply of redstone yet, that could be a little bit difficult to attain. And then the quartz needed for it as well from the nether. That I have an item counter, so the items slowly count up, and that's how we get our redstone pulse to trigger. So once it reaches a certain cap, it'll reverse and then it'll start dropping again. In which case it was 46 items, and we can see that it drops back down and it fills up our second hopper. The idea behind this is, as long as there's items inside of this hopper, the comparator sends the pulse to the piston, and it allows us to create our little drop signal here. Well, how about we go ahead and we give a little life to Franken Frog, and we'll bring that creative design actually into our survival world together. Make it fully automatic. There's a pig butt. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not calling you out. I was just wondering what exactly you were doing inside my building? Huh? Ah, that makes total sense. Carry on. Okay, so first things first, we have to clear up an area for my little contraption that I made here. Alright, so we're going to decorate this just a tiny bit, because I do like using the diorite for redstone. I think it's a pretty block, at least until I get some blackstone going. Then we might switch it up a little bit, but as far as what we're doing, we want our sticky piston to not sit that way. There we go, to sit facing up just like this. And we grab our observer. There we go. And the trick to the observer that I like to do anyway is just kind of get around the side of the block. Now if I'm standing right next to the block and I'm looking that way, but I can still see the block, I crouch, move over, face forward, and if you tap the side of the sticky piston, you place the observer. It's got look at the face. I didn't realize that this one had a funny face on RealismCraft. Oh, that's priceless. Like, he matches Franken Frog. Oh my goodness. Oh, what wonders RealismCraft has. I just can't. Just look at them. I don't know. I really like to look at it. I think it's hilarious, and I might have to build like a billboard with the new observer texture on it. I think that would be awesome just to look at from a distance, you know? Okay, we're gonna move on. Alright, so we got our target blocks in place, we got our pistons in place. Now all we need is our little mechanism to turn on and off the machine. There we go. It clocked back. You can see that the piston is still up though. So we wait for one more cycle. Again, the items are filling up. As soon as it hits 46, we can see that our redstone will trigger. There we go. And the funny looking observer shoots the fish into the water. And we should be good to go. What is this? Is this like the animal home invasion or something? Like, I don't understand. Why are the animals going into my house? Oh, and now he's back talking me. Oh, man. You and the pig. Oh, jeez. The next step is totally optional, but I like to decorate my redstone builds. So yeah, that's what I did. You can see all behind me I got, oh, I'm really close to you guys. There you go. I got some diorite, I got some cobblestone. And you know what? Some people may say diorite is weird, but look at my eyes. I may look deranged and excited, but I love diorite. Yeah, that's a funny little thing I found. With chainmail helmets, they cover part of my eyes, so it's like I look normal, and then I look insane. Alright, well, let's close this up. Alright, well, Franken Frog is fully operational. Maybe we'll even get to see him spit out some of his monsters that he makes. That would be kind of cool. I had to lift the Zerber up one block, but everything looks fantastic. It's done, and I am so happy. This was a really fun episode, and I don't get to work with redstone very often, but when I do, I really do enjoy it. So I hope that you did as well. Alright, so we got some spiders in behind us. Let's see if they get flushed out of Franken Frog there. Oh yeah, there it goes. We got 1, 2, 3. Boy, he's like making spiders. Oh, they try to climb back up again. Look at them bounce their head, and that's kind of odd. At any rate, this is a fun episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. It's a little bit different from normal builds, and I know redstone may not be everybody's thing, but I do like it occasionally. So, getting back to Soup King's suggestion too for the next video or so, he suggested that I start naming you guys after different mobs I might find. And really, I think that's a pretty cool idea. A lot of people name maybe some subscribers or donators or anybody out of villagers or other things. But I think that's a pretty cool idea, and perhaps in the next episode I can play with the whole minecart naming mob ideas. And I think that's a pretty cool idea, as Soup King suggested, and maybe in the next episode I can play with some minecarts and get some mobs going and name them after you guys as well. That would be pretty neat. But I might need to spend a little bit of time getting some redstone together for it. But at any rate, this was fun, and I really enjoyed you watching. And wherever you are, have a good night, have a good day, and I will see you in the next episode of RealismCraft.